Hey kids, did you ever wonder how everything around here got here? Did you know that there was once a time when nothing was here? Can you imagine that the trees and flowers outside that surround you and all the land animals and all the people, they weren't here? There was a time when there was no beach to walk on, no oceans to swim in, no mountains to climb, nothing to explore or see. There were no sea animals, no people, no land animals, no birds, no planets, no trees. Why, there was no sky, no rain, no sun, no stars, and no moon. It was just nothing but darkness. Imagine it looking something like this. Can you imagine that? You couldn't see anything. You couldn't hear anything either, because there was nothing to be heard. Howdy, my name is Buck the Horse, and I'm going to share with you a story of creation. If you want to follow along with me in your own Bibles, then please flip to Genesis. It's the first book in the Bible. The story of creation takes place in Genesis 1 through 2. Now God and His angels were already here. Nobody had to create or make God. He was just here. He already existed. God created the angels. God and His angels lived in heaven as they do now. But God looked down on the emptiness that was here. He saw the darkness, the emptiness. And like an artist with a blank canvas, God decided to create something. Something, oh, so wonderful and amazing. Beyond words, God decided to create the universe. Now on day one, God decided that this place was too dark. Nothing could be seen. So God spoke and said, "Let there be light." And guess what? There was light. And God separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day and the darkness night. That is how we got our days and nights, kids. And there was evening and morning. That was day one. Now on day two, God decided to add something extra. You see, He separated the waters from the expansion so that the waters would be below this expansion. He called the expansion the sky, and His design was that the sky would be over the earth, and He called the sky the heavens. On day three, God added even more. He brought up the dry land from the water so that it would be separated. He gathered the water together in one big place, which gave us our oceans. And the water that was left on the dry, raised up land gave us rivers, lakes, streams, and creeks. And on this dry land, God created grass to cover the land. He created plants, gardens, trees, bushes, flowers of every color, vines, and mountains and hills. From the trees and plants sprouted blossoms, fruits, and from the grass and plants, seeds. God's creation was looking very good, and He was pleased with it, but He wasn't quite finished yet. On day 4, God saw that the night sky needed lights, and saw that the daytime needed an extra something. So for the day, God created the sun to brighten our days. And then for the night, God created twinkling stars to add dazzling celestial wonder to our night skies. And He didn't stop there. He created the moon to give us light at night. He created planets, asteroids, and galaxies filled with zillions beyond zillions of stars. With this creation of the stars and moon and sun, time would be marked by seasons, days, months, and years. Now on the 5th day, God decided that this beautiful world needs some living creatures in it, for it was too quiet and too still. So God spoke, and the oceans were filled with fish, dolphins, sharks, seahorses, jellyfish, whales, starfish, sea anemones, crabs, manatees, and many more sea creatures. And the lakes and rivers were filled with various kinds of fish, mussels, clams, and other microscopic living creatures. But that isn't all that God created that day. He decided that the skies should be filled with animals of flight. God created birds of every size and every color. The skies were filled with cardinals, blue jays, hawks, eagles, robins, parrots, and owls, along with many others. And God told the animals to be fruitful, to multiply, and that is, to have many, many babies, so that the skies and waters would be filled with many animals. The sixth day is one of my favorite days because on that day, God created land animals. He created horses, cows, pigs, sheep, goats, giraffes, elephants, hippos, rhinos, monkeys, zebras, bears, kangaroos, koalas, tigers, lions, cats, dogs, and pretty much any animal that you can think of. He created animals of all shapes, colors, and sizes. He even created dinosaurs. Roar! But on that sixth day, God wasn't done yet. You can say that He saved the best for last. God created man. He took dust from the ground and molded it to make a human. Then He breathed in a breath of life, and thus man was created. He created human beings. He made them male and female, and He created people in His image. And it was God's design that the man should rule over the animals and all the earth and to take care of them. And God saw that it was good. Now on the seventh day, God rested. He didn't do any work that day. He simply rested and took time to be still and enjoy the creation He made. He listened to the wind whistling through the trees, the water from the creek trickling over the rocks, and the sound of animal chatter. He looked at the beautiful colors of the flowers and plants all around him and observed the beauty of each animal He created. He took time to reflect on His wonderful creation. God did this to show us that we too need to take a day to rest and enjoy His wonderful creation. That's why we have Sundays, to praise Him and thank Him for His creation and His love for us. Whenever you go outside, just look around at all the trees and flowers. Look at the sky filled with clouds and birds. Look at the stars and moon. Look and listen to all the songbirds and unique animals around you. Look and talk to people around you and know that God created everything around you. And you know why He created all these things around us? Because He loves us and wants to talk to us and be close to us. I tell you, the creation of the world is one of my favorite Bible stories. Which day of creation was your favorite? Mine was day 6, because that's the day the horses were made. I hope you enjoyed that story. Have a blessed day, kids.